What's up, young goats? Welcome to the first ever GOAT show. Today we will be doing college football week 1 predictions. Welcome my guest here. His name is Blake. He's my brother. Currently 23. How are you doing today, Blake?
I'm doing all right, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. You ready for the season to start?
I'm absolutely ready for the season. Ready for the season to start.
Today we will be starting off with Western Michigan at number 15, Michigan State. Who do you have winning this game, Blake?
Today I have Michigan State winning with the score 42-13. I feel like Michigan State's gonna come out strong and compete in the Big Ten East.
I do agree with you. I do have Michigan State winning big. I feel like Michigan State does start out slow and allows 10 points in the first quarter to Western Michigan. But at the end of the day, I have Michigan State winning 42-10 in this game. Starting off in the Saturday games, we have Temple at Duke. Who do you have winning this game, Blake?
Today I have Duke winning this game. It's going to be a pretty close game in my opinion. It's going to be a score of 27-24. I feel like Temple ain't going to really be able to stop Duke. I do like Dwayne Mathis. He's coming back for the Temple Owls, but I don't feel like he's going to be able to win the game in the end against them Duke Blue Devils.
I also have the Duke Blue Devils winning. I have them winning 31-23. Duke is a team I don't see contending in the ACC this year, but they're playing Temple at home, so I'm going to give them the edge in this one, 31-23. Next up, we have a good Big Ten matchup. We have Illinois at Indiana. Who do you have winning this game?
I have Indiana winning this game, 23-3. Don't see much of a game here. I don't see Illinois really being a big fight this year in the Big Ten. I just feel like Indiana wins. They still contend in the East, the Big Ten, you know.
So Illinois actually surprised me last week in Week 0. They faced Wyoming, and their run game was very solid. I do have Indiana winning this game, but I do think it's going to be closer than most people think. It's a good Big Ten East versus Big Ten West battle, and I'm going with Indiana 27-23. Next up, we have TCU at Colorado. Who do you have winning this game, Blake?
Oh, man. I looked at this game, and I couldn't really tell if Colorado's going to be too good this year, you know. But I do believe in the defense in TCU that's coming back. You know, they have some return starters. Colorado didn't really have a good defense last year. Lost players in the draft this year. I just don't feel like they're going to be able to stop that TCU offense.
What's your final score?
I have the final score being 38-32, TCU.
I also have TCU winning this game. I actually have TCU being very solid this year. I have them going 8-4 at the end of the season. But Colorado, they were good a couple years ago, but they just haven't been able to get back on track. TCU has had a rough couple of seasons, but I see them getting back on track this year. And I'm going with the Horned Frogs winning 34-21. Next up, we have Central Michigan at number 12, Oklahoma State. Who do you have winning this game, Blake?
Today I have Oklahoma State winning big in this one, 40-3. I don't feel like Eastern Michigan has a good offensive line. I think they have a pretty petty passing game. I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball against this Oklahoma State team at all.
So for me, Oklahoma State did lose their defense coordinator, and they lost a lot of transfers. I doubt this can be a little bit closer than most people as well. Central Michigan is not a bad team at all, and I could see them contending in their own conference. I do have Oklahoma State winning this game 34-20. It's going to be a close game for the first half, but the second half, Oklahoma State just takes off. They chew the clock in the second half, leading them to a 14-point win over Central Michigan. Next up, we have Colorado State at number 8, Michigan. Who do you have winning this game, Blake?
Today I have Michigan winning this one big, 54-7. They're having it where K. McNamara starts week 1 and J.J. McCarthy starts week 2. And I just feel like K. McNamara is going to show us why he is the defending Big Ten champ quarterback and go off and win that starting job. No hate to J.J. though. No hate to J.J.
So I do agree with Michigan winning, but in week 3, J.J. McCarthy will be the starter. He's a 5-star talent, and he's better.
I mean, go on.
But I do have Michigan winning 62-10. I feel like the AP poll underranked them, having them at number 8. They're a top 4 team in my opinion.
Agreed.
Cade McNamara will do good week 1, but Michigan also has the easiest non-conference schedule, and they play week 2 Hawaii night game where J.J. McCarthy will start, and he will outplay Cade McNamara week 1. So I have J.J. starting week 3 for the Michigan Wolverines.
The only way Cade's losing that job if he plays terrible, and I can't see that happening. Yeah,
Alright.
It's his job to lose.
Next up, we have number 13 NC State at Eastern Carolina.
Hey, I have NC State winning by a couple touchdowns. I feel like NC State is an underrated team in the ACC right now. I feel like they have a big shot on winning the ACC. They didn't lose too many players in the draft this year. They have Bruce. I can't pronounce that word, but Bertels and Jaquan McMillan coming back for him. I think they're going to be a real good team this year.
I also have NC State winning. I am high on NC State this year, but it's at East Carolina, so I think it'll be closer. East Carolina is a team that always held Cincinnati pretty close, so I could see them holding NC State close. But at the end of the day, the NC State offense is going to drop 35 on them, and I have them winning 35-24, getting the win over East Carolina. Next up, we have Buffalo at Maryland. Blake, who you have?
I have Maryland win this game. I don't think there's much to talk about in this game. I just feel like Maryland's going to come in and show them what the Big Ten does. Big Ten does to the smaller MAC teams, you know. I have Maryland win by 4 touchdowns. No, not 4, 2 touchdowns.
Nice. So I also have Maryland winning, but Maryland is a team where they always keep the games close. And I just don't think they're going to get off to a hot start. They have one of the best wide receiving cores in the Big Ten. And I think it's going to take some time for Talia to get used to his wide receivers. I do have Maryland winning in a close game, 33-30 over Buffalo. Next up, we have a Big Ten versus the ACC. Both the bottom tiers of their conferences, but we have Rutgers at Boston College.
I have Boston College actually winning by 20. I feel like they're going to dominate Rutgers in all aspects of the game. I just feel like Rutgers is a team you really just don't know how good they are. I mean they're also a team that could win 1 to 2 games this year, or up to 6 to 7 games this year. We just don't really know.
Brother, I gotta disagree with you right here. Rutgers was a very solid team last year, almost taking down Michigan. They did finish 4-8, but they kept it close. I'm also high on Boston College this year, but whoever wins, this game is going to be a close game. Close game. I'm going 20-17 Scarlet Knights. Mark it. Next up, we have North Carolina at Appalachian State.
I also have North Carolina winning this game, 31-10. But I mean, I would love to see Appalachian State underdogs story week 1, beating a team they're not expected to beat, you know.
So, as you guys know, I'm a Michigan fan. Still haunted to this day when Appalachian State came into the big house and beat us. Remember that like it was yesterday. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. North Carolina is winning this game 37-24.
Alright.
Next up, we have a battle of the group of 5 teams. Number 24, Houston at UTSA.
I think this is going to be a good game here, Tate. Houston, I think they got kind of crapped on in the rankings. I think they should have been ranked higher than 24. They should have been ranked around the 15th spot. I have them winning 38-17. UTSA, I mean they're a great team for being a smaller team. I think went 10-2 last year. I think they're going to put up a fight. I just feel like Houston just has the more talented team.
So in the battle of the group of 5 teams, I am taking Houston 28-27. UTSA is a team I'm actually high on this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish the season top 25. It's at UTSA as well, so that could give them the edge over the game. But the Cougars, they just have more talent all around. And I have Houston winning this game 28-27. Next game, we have Miami, Ohio at Kentucky.
In this game, I have Kentucky winning 27-3. I really don't like hating on MAC teams because they're not terrible teams. They just don't have the same recruitment the SEC has, I feel like Kentucky has a shot at winning the West this year in the SEC. So I got the Kentucky Wildcats winning 27-3.
This game is not going to be close at all. I feel like this is going to be a good game for Kentucky to start out against. A home game against Miami, Ohio. have Kentucky winning big, 45-13. Next up is probably going to be another blowout game, Utah State at Alabama.
I agree there, Tate. I have Utah State getting beat by 49. They're not going to score a single point against the Alabama team. Bryce Young's going to have a nice tune-up game. He's going to put himself right there on top of the Heisman's watch like he already is with C.J. Stroud from Ohio State.
I agree with you. Alabama, they're looking for revenge this year. They lost in the championship last year. This is Bryce Young's comeback season. Give me Alabama 66-0. Next up, we have a good ACC battle. Louisville at Syracuse.
I say this is gonna be. I have Louisville winning 37-14. I'm really interested in watching a tight end they have returning. His name's Malik Cunningham. He is a beast tight end, and I don't think Syracuse is gonna have an answer for him on defense. Red Zone City.
Red Zone City?
In Red Zone City.
I do agree with you. Louisville's offensive talent is kind of nuts this year. They did get a lot of recruiting. Louisville's one of the most talented-wise teams in the ACC, in my opinion. I do have them getting back on track this year. I have them winning 35-17 against Syracuse. Next, we have Boise State at Oregon State.
In this game, I have Boise State winning 32-14. I feel that Boise State's going to be a sneaky good team this year. They had a really good defense last year, and they are nearly returning everyone from that team. I expect Boise State to be a top 15 team by the end of the season, and I hope big things coming from Boise.
I gotta disagree with you right there. I'd put $1,000 that Boise State will not be a top 15 team at the end of the year. This game will be a high-scoring game, and I'm rolling with Oregon State at home, 52-49. Next up, we have a Sunday night game, Florida State at LSU.
In this game, I really think LSU is gonna beat the brakes off Florida State, 34-13. I feel that with the Brian Kelly era starting, I feel like with his experience, especially his college experience, it's going to take LSU to the promised land this year. I think they're going to be back this year.
I think the complete opposite. Not that LSU's not going to be back, but Florida State is going to be back. I got them going 8-4 at the end of the season, but Florida State is going to go into LSU and win. Call me crazy. I don't care. 41-38 Seminoles. Next up, we got the Thursday night game where College Game Day will be at. West Virginia at number 17 Pittsburgh.
This is going to be a fun game to watch, in my opinion. I have West Virginia losing 37-42. I feel that JT Daniels from West Virginia. He's gonna have a good show, but I don't feel like he's gonna have the same show as Countdown Slovens, the replacement for Kenny Pickett. I think he's gonna step in the shoes pretty good and continue to have Pitt in that top tier for the ACC, fight for the ACC championship.
I gotta disagree with you again. Keaton Slovis is not good. He's not good. He's not taking Pitt nowhere this year. But JT Daniels is taking West Virginia to a winning season this year. He's going to go into Pittsburgh, and the Mountaineers are going to come out on top. On top of the mountain, baby. 31-27, West Virginia wins. Next up.
You know they're both USC quarterbacks.
Huh?
They both played for the college at USC at one point.
JT Daniels did?
And the Pitt starting quarterback.
Yeah, it's Slovis.
They both are transfers from the USC. If you didn't know, you knew that.
Daniels played for Georgia as well. Next up, we have number 23, number 23 Cincinnati at number 19 Arkansas.
Tate, I have Arkansas throttling Cincinnati. I feel like Cincinnati lost way too much this offseason for them. I mean, they lost I think 10 players in the draft. I think 10 or 9. Don't hold me to that.
Had the third most first round picks last year.
And I just think they lost too much. I think they're gonna have a down season. I'm not taking them completely out, but I think Arkansas is gonna have a great rushing attack, and I don't think Cincinnati is gonna be able to stop them. I have them winning. I have Cincinnati losing 21-56.
I do also have Arkansas winning. Arkansas is one of the most talented teams in the SEC this year. I don't have it being a little closer than what he had. I have 37-27 Arkansas. Like you said, Cincinnati lost Sauce Gardner, Desmond Ridder, Jerome Ford to the NFL. I don't think Cincinnati will be bad this year. I've been going like 9-3 or 10-2. But Arkansas's talent in the environment for the SEC, I do have Arkansas winning this game 37-27.
I would like to mention the Arkansas quarterback KJ Jefferson. Keep an eye on, first round pick, second year quarterback from them. I feel like he's gonna be pretty good.
Next up, we have number 7 Utah, the former Pac-12 champs, versus Florida.
Ooh, this is also gonna be an interesting game to watch. I have Utah winning 44-36, but I mean it's gonna be a dogfight. I feel like if Utah wins this game, it's gonna put them to where later in the season they don't have the greatest matchups. They're playing some soft teams. It's gonna look pretty good for them at the end of the season if they win the Pac-12. Yeah, my bad. Brain fart. But I have Utah winning.
Disagreeing with you again. Week 1 at Gainesville, SEC environment. Utah shots to slow every single year. Give me Florida 45-38. Upsetting Utah, getting ranked in top 25 for week 2. Next up is another Thursday night game, which I think should be the game of the week, but it's not. We have Penn State at Purdue, both unranked somehow.
Tate, in this game, I don't know if it's playing spoilers, but I have Purdue winning 25-14. I just feel like Penn State's going to have a hard time going to Purdue and beating them. I feel like the Boilermakers are actually going to be sneaky good in the Big Ten this year.
I think both teams are going to be very solid this year, but Penn State is going to win this game. Penn State, in my opinion, I have them ranked number 10 in my AP poll. Last year, they lost to Iowa in a game where Sean Clifford got hurt. They lost to they lost to Illinois. That was embarrassing. 9 overtimes. They lost to Ohio State, and they lost to Michigan. This team is going to be good. Sean Clifford's coming back for his 4th year. But on the other side, you have Purdue, Aiden O'Connell, the second best quarterback in the Big Ten, in my opinion. Purdue's offense is well-rounded. But at the end of the day, Sean Clifford is going to get it done on a late-game winning field goal, going 31-28 Penn State. Next up, one of the game of the weeks, we got number 11 Oregon at number 3 Georgia.
Ooh, I'm playing spoilers here again, Tate. I got them Oregon Ducks beating them Georgia Bulldogs 28-22. I just have a feeling these Oregon Ducks are going to come in like they did a couple years ago, or last year against the Buckeyes. Come in and beat a team they're not expected to beat. I don't believe in Stetson Bennett for the Georgia. I mean, even though he's national champion quarterback, I just feel like he ain't going to take that next step. And I feel like it's going to show, and his team's going to struggle.
So, the last person to win at Georgia was Bo Nix. Now, who's the quarterback of Oregon? Bo Nix. Will he get it done again? Yes. Give me the Ducks, 38-34. Last year, I don't care what you say, the Georgia defense carried Georgia. They lost Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Tavon Walker, and then on the offensive side, they lost George Pickens. They lost so many people, so much talent on defense. Stetson Bennett is not that guy. He's not going to carry Georgia to an undefeated season. Last year, let's be clear, it was the defense. The defense is why they won both playoff games. Bo Nix and Oregon, underrated pick for the playoffs this year. They played in the Pac-12. They did get beat by Oregon last year, but that Anthony Brown at quarterback, they got Bo Nix now. It's time for Oregon to take that step. Go Ducks.
Agreed.
For the game of the week, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, number 5, Notre Dame, at number 2, Ohio State.
Tate, man, I really don't think this game's going to be as close as people think. I feel like Ohio State's going to win 35-13. I don't think Notre Dame is going to be able to score on that Ohio State defense or be able to move the ball consistently and score consistently enough to even stay pace with the Buckeyes. I think CJ Stroud is going to, he's going to have a great season. I think he's going to have one of the best seasons by the Buckeyes quarterback the past couple of years. That's a large company, you know. They have Justin Fields, and then they had Dwayne Haskins, R.I.P., you know. So I think C.J. Stroud's just going to have put on a game for him and blow him out.
What'd you say your final score was?
I have it 35-13, the Bucks.
I also have Ohio State winning this game. In the first half, this game will be a close game. It's going to be 24-21 at halftime, in my opinion. But once that second half adjustment Ohio State makes, I have them going on a 20-0 run in the second half, winning the game 45-21 behind a huge day, not by Stroud, but by Trayvon Henderson.
Oh, the running back?
Yeah. Trayvon Henderson, I feel like he's going to have a day.
Not bad.
Notre Dame, their QB issues right now, I just don't think they're going to be ready. They do have one of the best tight ends in the nation. I feel like he'll have a good game. They lost Kyle Hamilton in the draft. I have them ranked at 11 in my rankings, and I have Ohio State ranked at 2. But Ohio State's just an overall better team. They're playing at the shoe. I just don't see a way how they lose this game. But I said the same thing about Oregon last year when they faced Oregon, and Oregon pulled it off. Now, Ohio State got the Oklahoma State defensive coordinator, and if they're able to stop the run this year, they're going to be scary. But it's all ifs right now. Because last year, they got ran over by Oregon. They got ran over by Michigan. The Utah-Ohio State game, Rose Bowl game, was just, there's no defense played.
That was an epic game, though. Epic game.
If Ohio State is able to get their defense together, which I think they will in week 1, I do have Ohio State winning 45-21. Now, those are our final picks. Thank you, Blake, for being here.
Thank you for having me,
Tate.
Tate.
So this is the first episode of the GOAT Show. We will be doing weekly predictions each week. We'll also be doing NFL predictions when the NFL season starts. But who do you have winning for week 1? And what is your upside of the week? And who is your player of the week? Until then, I'll see you later. Enjoy college football this Saturday. Don't be dumb. Don't drink too much. I know as much as you guys want to. It's college football Sunday. Go tailgate somewhere. It's going to be fun. And best of luck to your teams. And I'll see you later. Goat out.
Peace, Coach Joe.